Now, today's episode is titled How to Get Off the Autopilot in Your Life and Decide Who it is that you want to become right now. Because the present moment is so powerful, and I know that is thrown around so much. But Eckhart Tolle is absolutely right when he says that the power is now. And we're going to dive into why most people are actually living in the past. And I know that's something that we don't want to acknowledge, but it is absolutely true. If you are not fully present in the now, your mind is just going to be replaying those old stories, old beliefs, and the old limitations on repeat over and over and over again. You're just going to be living the same reality over and over again. And that is not for me. I don't know about you, but no, thank you. The craziest part of this is that your subconscious mind does not know the difference between memory and reality. So you might think that you're moving forward with your life, but if your dominant thoughts and beliefs are still anchored in those past experiences, you're actually just going to be running around in circles and repeating. Most people actually do not realize they are just going to be manifesting the same version of themselves every single day. Because if you're having the same thoughts, going through the same beliefs, running through the same patterns and the same old stories, you are literally going to be creating the same person over and over again every single day. It's as simple as that. And lots of people think that they aren't good at manifesting and they need all these techniques. Go back and listen to last week's episode. It was a really spicy one about the truth behind manifestation. And it is not what they tell you. It's not all these things you need to be doing. You get caught in a loop and you think that you need to script all these things, do the 369 method, sleep with a letter to the universe under your pillow. No, fuck that. It's not what you think. Go and watch that episode and come back to this one. Because if we're really honest, and I want us to take a step back and look at this, depression is really because your mind is fixated on the past experiences and you're reliving all the old pain and bringing up all those memories that are attached to it. And then on the other side of it, if you're feeling anxious, you're projecting those past patterns onto your future and you're expecting the same situations to happen on repeat. Because honestly, here's another really key point as well. Your subconscious mind can't create from the unknown. It has no data, no information for it. All it can pull from is from the past and the patterns that have actually happened in your past and what it already knows for you to have gone through. So, this is truly why you keep getting the same results over and over and over again, and you're stuck in the same patterns. And I have been there, and I know, I mean, if I think back to the majority of my relationships, I'm just repeating the same patterns. I'm attracting the same people, the same things into my life. And it wasn't until I learned about this and really learned about our minds and how powerful they can be, my life has started to fucking change around me in ways that I didn't think was even possible for me. So today we're going to dive into why your mind constantly loops into past experiences and how you can actually break free from that. The science, because you know I love me a bit of science, ground with all this woo-woo talk, behind why your subconcept truly is the thing that creates your entire reality, how exactly you can program your identity to stop living in those old versions of yourself, and why your future is just waiting for you to choose it in the now, right now. But before we dive in, if you're actually serious about shifting your subconcept fast, you can watch my free masterclass, How to Quantum Leap Your Self-Concept. And this is where I break down exactly how to shift your identity in real time and collapse the timeline between where you are now to where you want to be. The link is down in the show notes with all the other ways that you can work with me as well. And while we're at it, if you could take a moment just to go rate the show or subscribe if you're watching the video, it would really help the show and it would really mean so much to me. I'm already so grateful for your time and I don't want to waste any more. So let's dive right in. So the point that I really want to get across today is that most people's minds are trapped in the past, and let's dive into why. So, as we know, your brain's job isn't to make you happy, it's literally to keep you safe. And safe to your brain means predictable and familiar. And your subconscious mind operates just like a computer running old software. And if your mind was programmed at a young age to believe things like, you're not good enough, love is hard to get, success requires struggle and hard work, people like me don't have this kind of life, it's only reserved for those that are really lucky, then these things are going to become the filter for your reality. And your subconscious isn't going to question any of it. It's just going to find the evidence that it needs to confirm these beliefs to you. We've talked about this many times, but we're going to go through it again for those new people that are here. So I want you to think about a time that you've wanted a new car, perhaps in your mind, and suddenly you see that exact car everywhere. This is a perfect example of your reticular activating system, or your RAS for short, which is just filtering out all your reality. You're receiving so many bits of reality every single day, but your brain is so clever. It's just filtering out all those bits, and whatever is your dominant focus and dominant belief, it's just going to bring that through to you, i.e., the car that you really want. That's why you're seeing it everywhere. Now, I want you to imagine the same mechanism, but working for your self worth and your self concept. If you really, truly, deeply believe that you're not enough, your brain is going to ignore the opportunities that are going to prove otherwise. And it's going to highlight the situations to you that are going to reinforce that old story and belief about yourself. And this is why those silly little manifesting techniques don't work if your identity is not going to shift, because you can script, you can visualize, you can do the 369 methods that you really want to. But if you still see yourself as the person that doesn't get what she wants, then nothing is going to change in your reality. That's just the truth of it. Now, I really want to go through why your identity is absolutely everything in your life, and it's key to getting what you want out of this fucking life, and that is what you deserve. So let's go through a bit more of the science about breaking free from your old stories. So I do have other episodes on this, so feel free to please go back, listen to those, watch those. This is honestly the truth, and most people try and change their actions first, and they force themselves to go to the gym and they show up confidently and they try to think positive and keep their vibrations high, but they never actually change the identity behind those actions. And that's why those things sometimes feel like pushing shit uphill, let's be honest. And it never actually sticks. Your actions are always going to default to who you believe that you are in your core. Your brain is actually just a prediction machine because it doesn't actually see life as it is right now. It's predicting what's most likely to happen based on what it already knows, which is the past and your past patterns and your past experiences. And it's going to try and project that onto your future. So you can do something about that and interrupt those patterns if you stay in the now moment. And if you want to create a new reality, you have to give your brain new information to work with. Because if you're not fully living in the present moment, your subconscious is just running on those old stories, those old patterns, those old beliefs. And you are literally manifesting your past over and over and over again. And this is why you keep attracting those same relationships. You feel like success is just out of reach for you. You sabotage things when they seem to be going really well. You self-sabotage things like procrastinate on that thing that you really want to do. Your subconscious is actually predicting your future based on what it's already seen before in your past. So let's dive into what you can do to break out of this loop. So, step number one is to get the fuck off autopilot, i.e., just going through the motions of your day based on what's happened yesterday because you're not staying in the present moment. And I need you to decide who you are wanting to be right now. Like we said, most people just wait for their life to change before they actually change. But that's completely backwards. And your new self concept is just a decision away. I want you to stop waiting to feel confident and just act like someone who already is. I want you to stop waiting for proof and decide to believe in yourself right now. And I want you to stop waiting to be chosen by someone and start showing up like you already are the shit and you belong in all those rooms and the success and the power already belongs to you. Because when you stop acting like your past self, your reality literally has no choice but to shift and catch up with it. And step number 2 is to interrupt the pattern. So every time you find yourself reacting to the past, I want you to stop and ask yourself, is this who I want to choose to be? Because most people don't change because they don't catch themselves in this moment. And it's a training. I still, I'm still catching myself sometimes, but I'm really good, I think, at diverting my thoughts now. So when you feel those negative thoughts come up and you feel like you're defaulting back into old patterns, just catch yourself and reroute. That is literally what you can do with your brain. And it's so fascinating because the faster that you catch these thoughts is the faster that you can actually reprogram your brain. And step number 3 is to regulate your nervous system. And this is a vital piece and it is a key topic and it literally is inside basically every single episode that I have done, and it probably will continue to be because it's so important. Because resistance is not a sign that you are doing something wrong, it's a sign that your brain is adjusting to a new identity that you're trying to bring in. And if the change feels really overwhelming, it's not because it's impossible, it's because your body is just not used to safety in the unknown. So, what we need to do is create the safety. So, ground yourself in the now and in the present moment. So, when you feel that fear come up, I want you to take a deep breath and remind yourself that you are safe because your nervous system has got to feel safe for your subconscious to accept change. This is why so much resistance comes up because your body literally does not feel safe for these changes to happen. Remember, safety to your brain is just keeping you in the familiar and in those predictable patterns. And step number 4 is to act before your brain catches up. So your thoughts don't actually change first, it needs to be your actions that change first. So I need you to start acting like the person that you want to be right now. I need you to speak like them, make decisions like them, dress like them, show up like them, eat like them, work out like that person. But honestly, at first, it's going to feel really unnatural and uncomfortable because your brain is going to try and correct you back to that old version of you. But just ignore it, reroute it. This is just the old programming inside you fighting to stay alive and well. Step number 5 is to flood your environment with proof that this is possible for you. So your subconscious mind actually learns through repetition and evidence. So if you want to become someone new, the key is to surround yourself with the people, places, and the content that matches that version of you. Because if you don't, you're going to default to what's familiar to you. So honestly, change your environment, change your mind, change your entire life. Because if you are not fully present, you are living in the past, period. But the good news is that you can change it at any moment. And the version of you that has everything that she wants, she's not out there somewhere in the future. She actually exists right now. And the second that you decide to think and act like her, your entire reality is going to shift. It can be very easy to get caught in the trap of focusing on someday or, oh, when I become that future version of me. Who is she? Live like her right now. Don't put that version of you on a pedestal. That's just going to push that farther and farther away, and your mind is going to be like, oh, we don't do that yet. We do that someday. No, we fucking do that right now. So who is she? Act like that right now. Nothing is stopping you. This is your life. You're already fucking living it. You're not going to be living like that someday. Live like that right now, and your reality is going to catch up. It has no other option. And again, I'll remind you, you can watch my free masterclass, How to Quantum Leap Your Self Concept. The link is down below. That is going to change your entire reality. Trust me, it's a short masterclass, but we need to stop overcomplicating things. So, this is a really short, sweet, powerful masterclass, but we need to stop overcomplicating things. So, go and watch that. The link is down below. Because honestly, your future isn't actually waiting for you, because your future is not actually waiting for you. It's waiting for you to choose it, choose to live it right now.